My name is Ken Mimasu, and I'm a theoretical particle physicist working in the physics department as a postdoctoral research associate at King's College London. Day to day, I conduct research in theoretical particle physics, which means that broadly we're trying to understand the nature and the interactions among the fundamental particles in the universe. So that's the broad thing. And day to day, it really involves a lot of sitting on my computer and doing calculations or computer simulations, sometimes working things out with pen and paper, and also looking at data from the high energy physics experiments like the Large Hadron Collider at CERN in Switzerland, and trying to understand how we might use that data to understand more about the laws of the universe. Useful skills in my job would probably mainly entail sort of analytical skills, so being able to understand and set up problems and solve them, so problem solving skills. And in my particular research, I do a lot of computational research, so that means programming skills as well as doing data analysis. I think this job would suit somebody who's really enthusiastic about science, of course, and really understanding how things work, trying to figure out how to describe various systems, maybe perhaps look at the mathematical equations that describe various phenomena in nature. So yeah, somebody has to be very enthusiastic about doing that. I think some of the best things about being an academic researcher is the independence that you have. So you're really able to decide for yourself what you think is interesting and then what you'd like to work on. It's also great because you get to collaborate with lots of people from all over the world and meet new people and get to know them and of course, hopefully do good things together. Because of meeting people from all over the world also means you get to travel a fair bit. So there's a nice amount of traveling to go to conferences and workshops. I would say probably the number one challenge for academic fields is the competitive nature of career progression. So, in terms of getting jobs, your next job, or winning grants to actually fund your research. In order to get to the position that I have, which is a postdoctoral research associate, that obviously implies that I'm a doctor, and so that means that one has to get a PhD in the subject matter. In terms of the money that you make, well, the nice thing about doing a PhD is that typically you get funded to do that, and then once you've done that and you become a qualified academic researcher, then typically in my field you start somewhere around 30K as a salary. Usually the next step that people take is that they get full-time permanent academic jobs, so they become a lecturer, for example. That ranges from, say, the top of the postdoctoral range. If you become, say, a professor or something, then probably something around 100,000 or so. In terms of tips that I would give to a young person who's interested in getting into my field would certainly, of course, be work hard in school. So, learn as much as you possibly can as early as possible. Don't be afraid to go and talk to people, send people emails, ask them if you could come and visit a group as you get towards the end of your studies, maybe even look at some kind of summer studentship programs that might exist, and really just try to educate yourself. Is this what I thought I would be doing when I was younger? I think to some extent, yes, because I was always interested in sort of physics and maths. But when I was younger, I was also quite interested in music. But I got cold feet at the very last minute and actually switched to physics because I thought actually maybe it would be more interesting just to study the physics at university and do the music stuff on the side.